contact@united.com. Today we are honored to have the U.S. Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, Deputy Secretary of Labor, Julie Sue, Mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, and General President of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, Sean O'Brien. To help me kick off this celebration, I have had the distinct honor of welcoming our, I want to say, fearless, visionary leader, CEO of United Airlines, Scott Kirby.
Thank you. Thank you. How's everyone today? Excited to be here? Me too. Well, thank you all for joining us today for another momentous occasion, a momentous marking in the history here of United Airlines. I want to start by thanking Secretary Walsh, Deputy Secretary Sue from the Labor Department for joining us. It says something about what we're building, what we're doing, what we're creating here, that they take their time out of their schedule to come here. And Mr. Secretary, I know you're going to be leaving us soon for the National Hockey League, but you saved your best for last. Your trip to United and your first trip to Houston for the end. So welcome here to Houston and United. Sean O'Brien and Fred Zuckerman from the IBT, we could not have done this without your partnership and help, so thank you. And of course, Mayor Turner, always a friend of United. Thank you all very much. But mostly I want to thank all the people of United Airlines who are here today and who made this possible. You know, what we're doing at United, you all hear me talk about being the biggest and the best airline in the history of aviation often. By the way, on the first of those two, we have now become the biggest airline in the history of aviation, bigger than everyone else. And the fact that we're taking 2 of these a week and that grows to 3 a week for the next year means that lead is going to expand a lot. But being the best is also just as important as being the biggest. And it's not just about being a great airline operationally and delivering good customer service. It's about making a difference in the world and standing for something. And the Calibrate program is a perfect example of what we're doing in that regard. And one of the things I've realized after becoming the CEO at United is that what we can do, we are high profile. And when something goes wrong, it's bad. But when something goes right, we can make a difference. And that, to me, is what we're doing with sustainability, what we're doing with Calibrate, what we're doing with other diversity efforts, are examples of programs that I hope get copied by many other companies, not just in aviation. But today, this is a really exciting registered apprenticeship program and can be a blueprint for others. But rather than just talk about the talking points on this program, I at least want to tell you a story for what this means to me. And the story is actually about my father-in-law, who worked at United Airlines for 42 years. He worked in customer service and ultimately retired working on the ramp in Phoenix, Arizona. And you know, what he was able to do, he worked hard, he worked overtime, he worked on holidays so he could get double pay. But what he was able to do was actually have a career where he could work and send his kids to school, and he worked hard to do that. But we don't create enough careers like that in this country anymore. And what makes me proud